education can bear me witness, but now my heart is in West Coast. And remember just a week ago, less than 2 weeks ago, we had a similar major project of the university village, and it's in West Coast region. And I think if this is the way we're going to do, I can tell all my colleague ministers and liaison officers that West Coast is going to be the first of the first. But we give thanks to where it belongs. First, we give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but Allah also passes through people. And who is the person? Who is the spearhead? Who is the visionary? It has been reiterated by the previous speakers, none other than His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A.J. Jammeh, who has really been behind this project from its very onset. We've heard from the able chair who said, through its evolution, he has even gone to the extent of looking at the technicalities of the project. The windows were louvers. He says, no, that's too outdated, and we had to change. And many other things that are very technical in nature, and which maybe people in GAMWORKS are the people who know, but he also came out to really give some input into the evolution of this project. It is indeed a very important project. And I think I will hastily really want to thank the people who have been behind it. First and foremost, His Excellency the President, but NTA, who has really tried during the years, the 4 years, it has been 4 good years if you get into the 5th year for this project to take off. But then also, as I said, God passes through people. He passed through His Excellency the President, but God also provides for people. And with every difficulty, there is a solution. He has said that he said in the Bahal Husri Yusra, for every difficulty, there is a solution. And he brought the people from Taiwan. And it has been the ICDF and Ambassador Cheng, who is representing the Taiwanese government, Republic of China on Taiwan. He's not coming here just now. He's also been part of the evolution of this project. Yes, it was the ICDF. We worked with him at the level of Taiwan when he was the Director of African Affairs. And you see how God works again? He brings him here as the ambassador. It's a continuation of what he started, and it's all a continuation of the whole process. It is really indeed very, very encouraging. It is gratifying that, you know, all the partners that are coming into play are part of a process which, when it comes to fruition, will really help our youth. The youth, we have a very high percentage of the youth population. 40% of the Gambian population is youth, between the ages of 15 and 24. And even 40% of that age group is really youth in all terms of the sense of the word. We may have our own criteria of youth, but youth is youth. Whether the ages of 15 or even in their teens, they're still youth. And if you have that potential explosion, as far as the youth are concerned, you might have to give them skills. Because if they are idle minds, the possibility of them going the other way is very high. So we have to direct them into positive energies, which is what the project is trying to do. When it comes to fruition, I look forward to the day when we are going to really not lay the foundation stone. You'll see the works has already started. Normally, when you lay a foundation stone, you just start. But we waited for this day to come, but it was taking too long. And we thought it's better to go ahead, start the fence, start the admin block, and then later do this formalization ceremony and move on with this project, because it's a very, very urgent and important project for youth development, for the economic development of the country, for the development of the women and the communities. But it's not only Demban, it's not only West Coast, it's for the whole country. That's why it is for national development. We are really, really proud in terms of this TVET program. Proud and hopeful and optimistic, because if we want to say that now is the time that our Gambians take up national development into their own hands, we have to start with TVET. It's technical vocational. I've just been talking to this Chief Justice, and we look at the tailors in this country are non-Gambians. The bricklayers are non-Gambians. But I will take one exception, the exception of the Army Engineering Corps, whom I believe are most Gambians, and they have the right skills. They are the people who built the university village, which we inaugurated less than 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't say much. I just wanted to take this opportunity to sincerely thank everybody. Thank His Excellency the President for the foresight and his input into the evolution of this work. I also want to urge all the partners to continue to make an input in this. You see, if we stay here a little bit longer, there is no light. And we are going to urge NAWEC and all other partners, the private sector, to make sure that, because development is everybody's business. If you think development is not everybody's business, sit down and fold your hands and say, I'm not part of it. Because if the problems come, you are going to suffer most. If the benefits come, you benefit most. So it's everybody's business. So we are going to urge the private sector, we are going to urge the partners, we'll equally urge the other donors, but with specific reference to the Taiwanese government to see how best. They've already pledged that they'll bring in the instructors in terms of the EE instructors, which is encouraging. But it is our project. It is our country. So what we need to do right now is to see how do we make a difference. The community has made an input. They've given us the land. But it's not for us. It's for them. It's for all of us. That's a good investment. Tomorrow, when the children are doing well, it will benefit the families. It will benefit the children. It will benefit the families. It will benefit Ndemban, but it will benefit the entire country. It will benefit even the army. It will benefit the school children, but it will benefit the donors because it's a win-win situation. You know, when donors give, you think they're giving. Yes, they give because they're endowed with the resources. But the problem is, if this country is not peaceful, nowhere is peaceful. Just imagine what's happening in the world. What is happening in the northern part of the Mediterranean region is affecting everybody. It's affecting the cost of living, it's affecting the security in this country, it's affecting the religious tolerance that we had for each other as Africans. And I think what we need to do is, let's be optimistic about this project, which we are, and you all are. But what I urge people is, how do we make an input? How do we say, now we come in? Because if we stay here longer than an hour, we won't see, there is no electricity. We have a borehole, fine, that's NAWEC's role. But it's just an example to say, let's try and see how best we really support this project to make sure that GAMWOS does this work, which they do very well, and see the day of the inauguration, but also a functional, multi-purpose skills training center. It has been quite an evolution. One time we called it the state-of-the-art skill center. Another one, some said, no, it's supposed to be an ultra-modern center, skill center. Now we're calling it a multi-purpose skill center, whatever it is, or whatever name we give it. The functionality, how it benefits us is what matters, and how it benefits the whole region of West Coast, the Gambia, the sub-region, and the continent. May we live to see the fruits of this labor. of the contribution that making